So I heard there was this GBB that can fire under -4 degrees Celsius and can trigger happy fire full all the time, but breaks when you charge 12 kg gas to it? Monster! Okay, so for the grading system challenger today, it is the famous Tokyo Marui MWS M4. This one is no stranger to the airsoft market, and despite the fact that there were already so many M4 GBBs out there, this bad boy still packs a punch. Really beautiful gun out of the box, and gotta say, Tokyo Marui always has some premium packagings. Let's go over some details of the gun. The MWS was famous because of the bolt design, which based on my knowledge, it had 3 patterns just inside 1 bolt. Today we will take our Marui MWS to our test lab and run it through our quad grading system test. How about range, grouping, shooting speed consistency, rate of fire, and gas efficiency? This gun is gonna be dragged through hell and back, and everything will be recorded for the sake of science. Enough talking, let's do some shooting.
In the hop-up test, we will adjust the hop-up dial all the way down, aka the rubber creates the most friction to the BBs, and load the fresh BBs from 0.2 gram to 0.48 gram and see how heavy the hop-up bucking can lift. I talked to a friend of mine who lived in Japan, and he said not too many people use 0.28 grams BBs or above. According to laws and regulations, the most of the airsoft guns in Japan are shooting fairly low in FPS. So would this affect Marui's choice on which type of hop-up to use? We'll find out. Adjust the hop-up dial all the way down, load the magazine. Alright, fire in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, now let's see the slow motion. So 0.2, 0.23, 0.25, 0.28, 0.3, 0.32, wait, it's still going? 0.4, 0.43. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. 0.43 gram BBs for this hop-up bucking? Well, that means we got a lot more stuff to test. Great job, Marui. Well, based on my understanding, the most of the Tokyo Marui guns have fairly low FPS output due to laws regulation. And according to my bias, I think it's gonna affect the range. In the range test, we will shoot Jimmy at each distance from 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, and so on. Then we will line up the effective shots to draw the trajectory graph and see the maximum effective range out of a stock gun.
Yo, Brendan, ready this time?
You alright?
I'm ready.
Thanks to the hop-up lifting performance of the MWS M4, we get to spend the entire morning at the lab. And here's the interesting part that we all assume Marui would design the gun to use lighter weight BBs, right? Nope, not at all. Out of the 0.2, 0.23, 0.25, they all performed in some unstable fashion. As you can see, it has some issues of the BBs flying up and down. But 0.28 and 0.3 had a better predictability and extend the effective range to 50 meters. And moving on to the fat boys, the 0.32 and 0.43, it appeared 0.36 was the best performer out of them all, which it further extended the effective range to 60 meters. But sadly, due to the low FPS output and the limited hop-up bucking, the 0.36 of both weights just did not fly as far. Then I would say, out of the stock gun with no upgrades, 0.36 would be the range performer. For the grouping test, we will set our target at the range of 20 meters and test the accuracy for each weight of the BBs and see how small the shot group is from this gun. To adjust the hop-up for each weight of the BBs, luckily the Tokyo Marui M4 is very easy to adjust the hop-up. So what do you need to do? First, gently take the magazine out and lock the bolt to the rear, push it backwards. Now what you need to do, you gotta reach your hand deep inside the chamber. You will feel that spot, yes, and spin it backwards to increase the hop-up. Tuck the magazine in, release the bolt, and you're good to go. You guys ready? Ready. Right, fire in 3, 2, 1, go. At the range of 20 meters, the 0.2 performed okay-ish, and so as the 0.23. However, the 0.25 had a weird good result. But come on, 0.28, which I thought it was gonna shoot really well, was acting unpredictable. But after 0.3 gram, each weight performed in a stable fashion, and it appeared the sweet spot landed on 0.32, 0.36, and 0.4. If you draw a diagonal line in the grouping area, it's gonna be 12 centimeters. To give you a better idea, hitting my face at the range of 20 meters is gonna be a piece of cake. For the consistency test, we will put the gun into our chamber and set the temperature to low, medium, and high. Fire 10 shots and see how the muzzle velocity changes.
The Marui MWS is definitely not a heavy gun, and the weight balance to it is actually pretty good, and especially the magazines. The magazines are some fairly light GBB magazines.
No! God, please, no! Now put the gun into the chamber and wait until the gun gets to 10 degrees Celsius.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm pretty surprised how stable the MWS was shooting at 3 different temperatures. At the 10 degrees Celsius, the average velocity was 91.1 meters per second, and the maximum output minus the minimum output was only 4.3, and followed by the normal temperature. 10 shots output difference was 3.1, and in high temperature was 3.2. Based on my experience, GBBs should have at least a 5 MPS output difference, especially under cold. Did the magical 3 pattern work out? Leave your comments down below. The rate of fire test. I don't need to explain that, right?
Oh, loading is so much easier.
Firing this Marui MWS, it was crazy stable. This guy was unstable.
When it's not working with us, like a monster. You monster! Ugh.
Let's count the BBs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 rounds in a second.
Woohoo! Blocks to the rear.
Now for the final one, the gas efficiency test. We will fire this GBB in 10 degrees Celsius until it stops functioning with a single charge of gas. Then calculate the shots fired and see how many magazines this stock gun can fire in cold.
Now let's talk about the magazine a little bit. Once we charge it and charge it until it's full, this is one special feature of Marui. You see the gas spitting out? That is actually the feature of Marui telling you that, hey, the magazine is fully charged. Alright, let's measure the temperature again. 12.9. You know what? Let's wait a little bit.
One eternity later.
It's getting there. 3, 2, 1. Still functioning.
Look at that face, you lazy f. My finger was getting tired just to pull the trigger over and over again. This crazy beast fired 90 effective shots under 10 degrees Celsius. Here is the final result for the Marui MWS M4. I was not expecting this GBB lifting up to 0.43 gram right out of the box. which it earned 9 points, and I want to know if other Marui GBB does actually lift this heavy. 10 points earned for shooting 16 meters with 0.36 gram BBs, which is quite enough for most of the fields, but seems like above this weight, the backspin and the momentum were less effective. Some bucking upgrades would be ideal. Hitting a size of a mouse at the range of 20 meters, 8 times 9 centimeter squares, 8 point. That was the grouping performance for the MWS with 0.32 gram and 0.4 gram BBs. Like most of the GBBs, there could be quite some FPS variations due to the nature of liquid gas, so 6 points on the mediocre side. 16 rounds in a second was not on the fast side. However, when firing full auto, this gun was the most stable GBB I have fired so far. Last but not the least, the MWS was a beast in the gas efficiency test, which it shot 90 effective shots under 10 degrees Celsius, receiving a super icon in this category. I wonder if there are any other stock GBBR that can beat this score. After all, 8.8 points. I gotta say that after this test, I was in love with the Tokyo Marui MWS M4. So yeah, I think I would definitely get one into my armory for sure. And since there are so many upgrade parts out there, shut up and take my money. But you know what's hardcore reliable and smooth boat traveling plus a tiny bit of squishy trigger? Recap.
Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I don't mean to be rude. Yeah. I'm just a little different from all these dudes. Okay. They riding waves, me, I'm up on a cruise. Yeah. You feel like me, then you got nothing to prove. I see him trying to do what I do. Yeah. Even the devil couldn't move like a move. Yeah. You think you're how it look, I'm up on the moon. Yeah. Got fresh to death and it came out of the tomb. That's cause I got a different type of gratitude. Don't be sour, got my power from the Beatitudes. And we did it the long way, check out the latitude. I'm unapologetically fly, no wonder why, that's just my attitude.
So that's it for the episode today. We hope you liked our grading system challenge. And if you do, help us to share and like the video. And we will see you next time.
Yeah, I know now that there ain't no better dude. That's just my attitude. Okay, that's just my. I'm sorry, homie. I don't mean to be flawless.